Okay, so we're going to continue on with the fire signs. Let's see what messages will come through. So it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Just clear the space. Clear myself. Let's see what messages will come through. So we're going to do it in that order. So for Aries first, please. Messages for Aries. I'm not taking all those. 1 or 2 messages from this deck, please. 2 minutes. 1 or 2 messages. So the first card out is Resurrection. It says respite, recover, and come back. And the second card out is Immortal. It says the consuming family, pressure of peers. Okay, so Resurrection, respite, recover, come back, 44, which breaks down to an 8. This is a mastery card. This is about mastering something, getting a grip on something. And with that goes hand in hand really with Resurrection, the comeback kind of theme of it. So you may have been going through something that has kind of, it could have been dragging on for a long while. It could be something to do with family, with the consuming family and pressure of peers being here. It could be something to do with family, so there could be some issue around family or people expecting you to be away, and it's kind of causing havoc with you and with how you want to live your life. Sorry, I've got that all over the place. With how you're wanting to live your life, and it could be just causing a real issue. You might be questioning things, like kind of like with this card here. There's like the picture of Jesus. It might have had you questioning. I'm assuming it's Jesus. But it might just have had you questioning just all sorts, your belief system and everything to do with life. And if it's not your family, it could just be to do with traditions or ways of living or morals. But with the Resurrection here, it's almost like whatever it is, it's come to a head. So you may have been removing yourself from a situation, gradually removing yourself from a situation and recovering from it, or try to get your head around something, or try to come to grips with something. And now that you're at a point where you are mastering yourself and mastering your emotions in regards to it, and that you're able to move forward from it and come back to me is just always, it always feels like coming back stronger than ever. It gives me Phoenix Rising kind of vibes. One of these. Take 2. Okay, so we've got Sky Dancer and Surrender, and in the hand, the universe is your partner. So it may well be that for a period of time you felt like you were kind of fighting a losing battle. Maybe you felt a bit overwhelmed and you felt like giving up with something, but with the universe within your hand and the universe is your partner, it's almost telling you that you're being inspired or you're being propelled to do something, and it is something that's going to be great for the greater good of you. It's going to be something that's going to be beneficial to you. Sky Dancer and Surrender is almost like you can't keep butting heads with people. It's almost like this Immortal card and this the consuming family part of it. it's almost like you can't keep butting heads with people, and you can't like kind of give up. You can't, like, even though it says surrender, you've got to give up giving up against something. If it's something that you believe in, or something that you want to do, or something that you feel driven to do, and maybe people don't agree with it, you can't keep giving up just because other people don't support or agree with your decisions or what you choose to do with life. So the sky dancer is, it's like kind of the surrender. It's like I don't even know what it is. Is it a dragonfly coming out of the cocoon? So this is like the change, surrender to the change, surrender to the new life, the life that is waiting for you. It's like you've been through all the shit. You've been through all the shit. You've gone inside. It's almost like a death experience where they kind of go down to nothing, and then they emerge from the cocoon, a beautiful new creature. They emerge to be something brand new. So it's like to surrender is to surrender to that process. Don't stop yourself from moving and changing and moving forward with things because other people might not agree with you, because other people might kind of be putting their opinions or wants or desires on you as if you're supposed to live up to them in some way. Whatever you're being driven to do, it says the universe is your partner. Whatever you're being driven to do, it's kind of universally guided. It's guided by spirit. It's kind of something that is part of your path and part of your plan. The plan for your life. It may be something to do with past life, kind of contract that you've came back into this life with lessons to learn, and maybe it's stuff that you still had to complete or needed to do before, that you didn't get a chance to do in another lifetime. And this is a 48, which is a 12, which breaks down to a 3. So this is groups and growth. So I'm pulled more towards the growth part of it. It's time to grow. It's time to release things that are holding you back. Time to surrender to the change, not be kind of surrendering your wants and your desires to other people, or what life expects of you, and go after the change and become who you were always supposed to be. Become who and what you were always supposed to be. So I get the growth part of that. Growing into yourself, like kind of literally going through. You may have gone through traumas or troubles, and it may have felt like it was just never ending, or something was just like as if life was just kind of getting you down all the time, but something new's coming for you, and it's almost like you had to go through something to get the transformation underway. You had to get this transformation underway, and sometimes we have to go through bad shit to get there. Sometimes we have to go through the shit to be able to learn the lessons and move forward with it in a beautiful new way. 31 is 4, and 4 is about kind of bringing balance back into something. The 4 is about bringing balance back into something, so it's coming into harmony with yourself, coming into harmony with the universe and what you were always meant to do or what you were always meant to be. And it's no longer fighting against the drive that you have for whatever it is that you're planning to do or wanting to do. It's no longer fighting against that, so you wanted to move forward with it. So we've got the Tower. We've got the Empress. And we've got the Page of Wands. I think I've burnt my cards there. So the Tower, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. So this Tower is about things coming down. It's about changes, sudden, unexpected changes, something that you may not be prepared for, or something, I mean, you can't build a tower like this and be in this tower and not expect the change, really. I think sometimes things just come along and kind of push it ahead before we come to actual terms with something. So this may well be just kind of letting an old belief system, an old way of being, or an old attachment to something come down, letting it come down, going through this change. When it comes down to rubble, then you can decide whether you want to build it up the way that you wanted it, or whether it would be better just to move on and find something else to do and build somewhere else, create somewhere else. And that could be to do with the family issues. So it could well be that if your family are not, if it is to do with a family or like kind of relationships or whatever, they're not supportive of you in your plans. Maybe you've got a question now whether you want to bring this down, and in rebuilding, it's almost like you've got to decide whether they're going to be with you to rebuild this. If they're gonna come along for the ride with you while you rebuild a structure of something, and if they're not, maybe then you will have to leave them and move on yourself. Maybe you'll have to move beyond the situation yourself. But you can't stay stuck because other people expect you to. You can't stay stagnant because other people expect you to, because that's what's comfortable for them. With the Empress here, with the Empress, I get like this Sky Dancers kind of vibe. And it's, you know, this is harvest, this is this is things coming to pass, and being abundant with it. So, and you can speak of fertility, obviously. But to me, this is more, it's another 3 card, excuse me, which speaks of growth and groups and stuff like that. So it may well be that you want to move on into a situation with somebody, but maybe your family's not in agreement with it, or they're not happy about it, but you're sure of your choices and you're determined to move forward with something. And this could be you just making your little family of your own, but it could also be speaking to that once you kind of bring down and you go through this change, that everything's going to be fantastic for you and everything's going to be abundant. Now you can apply this to what you will, because this could actually be speaking to many different areas, many different things. So fit it where you will, if it fits. But there's this, the Empress wants for nothing. She's almost like the divine feminine energy. She's someone who knows how to get what she wants and knows how to create, and is abundant in doing so. And I feel like once this tower comes down, you're going to be quite glad, because she's almost looking back towards the tower. But if you see in the background there's like another little tower in the background there. So she may well be bringing down this rickety old tower to build anew, to create anew, to find a new foundation that is stable, that she can build on and make something grow from and have some kind of stability in her life. So she's looking back to this, but she looks quite content and quite happy. So I think if you allow something to kind of come down, as hard as it may be, or because there's sometimes when we've got family ties to people and stuff like that, or if there's connections, we don't really want to lose the connections, or we feel like we almost sometimes allow ourselves to become stagnant in things because we're feared of moving forward and things not coming with us. So it's, to me, this is just telling you that you're going to be okay. And it's a fear of not knowing what's going to happen, what's going to pan out. But it's almost like it's telling you that you're going to be okay. You're going to build elsewhere, and it's going to be something that's built on a solid foundation and not on some rockety old hill off by itself. You're going to be doing something that is going to be abundant. The Page of Wands here, this is speaking to, I mean, this could be speaking to a child. This could be speaking to the Empress going off to have a child or create a family or have a family by herself. So it could be speaking to that, but it could also just be they're getting a wanderlust back for life. Like the Page of Wands is someone that is going about, he's wafting his wand, it's magical, everything in life is magical, and he's trying and he's doing everything. And if he, you know, he might not succeed at everything, but he's trying. And if he doesn't succeed, he doesn't dwell on it too much. He moves on and moves to something else, and he learns through experience. So it's almost like this could be speaking to you as you move forward, having to learn from experiences and not to be too stuck and downhearted in the fact that maybe something doesn't work out first time. Maybe you have to put in practice to it, and maybe you have to get into this like Page of Wands mentality whereby you're just going at life as if everything is magical and everything is fantastic, instead of feeling stuck and overwhelmed and consumed by almost a mental restriction on you that is keeping you kind of stuck because you don't want to disappoint. You don't want to disappoint in some way. So it's just finding this magic for yourself again. But again, also, it could be speaking about bringing something down to go and create a family of your own elsewhere. This could be speaking to a child that comes in the future. This Empress may well be pregnant in this card, and she may well be having a child. So it could be speaking to that. And it could be that maybe people don't agree with the way that you've gone about things. And this might be why, like, Jesus is there, and you know, she's looking a bit down because maybe she's gone about things in a way that isn't classified as the norm. Maybe she's gone about things in a way that is the way that she wanted to do things, and not in a structured way that everybody else would expect of her. So she might be just moving on. But this could also be a guy. So this could be speaking, you know, even though it's an empress, it could be speaking to an emperor, it could be speaking to a guy. There's just this change, this moving forward. It could be finding the inner child again, finding the spark for life again. So there's this emphasis on change and a need to change, but also knowing that the universe has got your back when you do. You're working in partnership with the universe, and things that are happening are meant to happen. And that's what I get for Aries. Okay, thank you. I'll pause this and start the next one. Oh, I keep getting the hiccups. If I go into another hiccup fit, I'm going to have to pause the video, so I apologise for that.